Daughter of Crown Prince Haakon of Norway and Crown Princess Mette Marit, the 17-year-old royal is second in line to the throne. She took a ride on a F-16 fighter jet during the visit to the Bodo base, following the footsteps of her father, who co-piloted a F-16 Falcon in 1991. Clad in a military green uniform, the princess was welcomed by General Rolf Folland, who heads the Norwegian Royal Air Force called the Luftforsvaret. As the fighter jet took off, the teenage princess was initially seated in the backseat to observe the process. Later, she was allowed to control it for a brief period as the jet flew over Northern Norway. Before boarding the plane, the royal went through a thorough medical examination as a part of the process. During her visit, she was briefed about Norway's Armed Forces mission statement, and learned more about the QRA Quick Response Alert, where F-16 planes can be ready to fly in just 15 minutes to intercept foreign planes on NATO missions. According to the reports, she has been taking a tour of several Army and Air Force bases in Norway to learn more about the country's armed forces. When she ascends the throne, she will become commandant of Norway's armies. While most of her childhood was spent away from the spotlight, Ingrid Alexandra is now all set to take on royal duties. The royal teenager has been gradually taking in the responsibilities by learning the duties from her father, Crown Prince Haakon of Norway, the son of King Harald and Queen Sonja. Earlier this year she visited a female-only squadron of the army to learn more about their work. During her teenage years, she attended the private English school Oslo International School so she could become fluent in English, and later attended the Elvebakken Upper Secondary School in Oslo. Prince Harry has allegedly approached the Queen with a letter offering her his assistance during the Platinum Jubilee celebrations. The Duke of Sussex had previously hoped to continue working on her behalf on a part-time basis after announcing his plans to step down, but the plan was quickly shelved. Royal expert Neil Sean suggested the Duke may be planning a solo return after he and Meghan Markle decided not to return to the UK for the Christmas celebration. Mr. Sean told his YouTube followers, "Prince Harry has some yearnings to return, yes, but in fact some beyond just yearnings." According to a good source, Prince Harry basically decided that he wanted to offer his assistance. This could mean a solo return. As we all know, Her Glorious Majesty, the Queen recently suffered some slight ill health, all back and up and running, but of course she's got a big year next year with her Platinum Jubilee and their TMS going to be a lot of demands on her. I don't really know how they're going to get around that, because so many people will truly want to see her up and down this wonderful country of ours, the United Kingdom, Scotland, Ireland, and Wales. Mr. Sean continued, "They'd love it if she could even make some trips outside the United Kingdom. Can't see it myself, I'm seeing a lot of pre-recorded videos and big screens and stuff like that, but this is where it got interesting, because according to the very good source, Prince Harry has expressively written to Her Majesty the Queen offering his services in any way that he can, if their TMS anything he can do to alleviate the problem of any pressure that she may be under. Very good move." Buckingham Palace refused to comment. The royal family is said to be very excited for the Queen TMS Platinum Jubilee, with the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge expected to front part of the celebrations by attending various official engagements for the 4-day weekend themselves. Joe Little, managing editor of Majesty magazine, said, "The Platinum Jubilee program will reflect her age, although the palace won't say as much, and other people will be doing engagements on her behalf. We know she won't go to the Commonwealth or do any tours, but how much she does in the UK will be interesting to see." In addition to senior members of the family, Louise could also play an important role at the Queen TMS Platinum Jubilee next year. The great bond between Her Majesty and Lady Louise is well known, with some experts suggesting she is Her Majesty's favourite grandchild. During the summer holidays, Lady Louise also took the role of a helper by offering support to her cousin, Prince William, by babysitting his 3 children. She was reported to have formed a particularly close bond with Princess Charlotte, helping her learn how to draw. Prince William wanted his wife Kate, the Duchess of Cambridge, to be titled as Princess Catherine rather than Duchess. Expert Kenneth Rose noted commoners are traditionally not allowed to receive the title princess as they are not a natural-born connection to the Queen. Exceptions have been made for Prince William TM's late mother, Princess Diana, who took on the title as the wife of the Prince of Wales, and Her Majesty's aunt-in-law, Princess Alice, due to her long service to the Crown. Prince William and Kate Middleton are officially known as the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge. But according to reports unearthed by Only publication The List, Prince William previously wanted his wife to hold a different title. Narrator Christine Leeward Dixon, instead of having his wife referred to as the Duchess of Cambridge, William reportedly hoped that Kate would be addressed as Princess Catherine. However, royal protocol stopped that from happening. If William and Kate hadn't been named Duke and Duchess, Kate would have had to take on the title Princess William, not Princess Catherine, as she isn't a natural-born princess. Only direct descendants of the reigning monarch can take on princess titles. Ms. Leeward Dixon added, royal historian Kenneth Rose told The Telegraph, Kate is a commoner and could not be known as Princess Catherine. However, it is up to the Queen what title she gives her, and there have been one or two exceptions. When Prince Henry, the Duke of Gloucester, died, the Queen gave the Duchess of Gloucester the title Princess Alice. This was, though, to reward her for years of loyal service. Royal spectators have noted that Kate's late mother-in-law, Princess Diana, was known as a princess despite not being a blood relative of Queen Elizabeth. Kate, however, is on track to receive a new set of titles when Prince Charles becomes the King and Camilla, the Duchess of Cornwall, takes on the title of Princess Consort. The Prince of Wales title will be passed down to Prince William, and Kate, as his wife, will automatically inherit the title of Princess of Wales. While the Duchess of Cornwall could also have used the title by virtue of being Prince Charles' wife, she opted not to due to the long-standing connection between the title and Princess Diana. Prince William will also inherit the dukedoms of Cornwall and Rothesay, making Kate a duchess 3 times over. Constitutional expert Ian McMahon told Express.co.uk, when Charles inherits the throne, the Duke of Cambridge will automatically become Duke of Cornwall and Duke of Rothesay, amongst other titles that are assumed by the heir to the throne. As his wife, Catherine will become Duchess of Cornwall and Rothesay. These new dukedoms will be in addition to that of Cambridge already held. Mr. McMahon explained, the title of Prince of Wales is not assumed automatically by the heir to the throne, and remains within the gift of the monarch. In the case of Charles, his mother the Queen created him Prince of Wales in 1958. In the event of the Duke of Cambridge being made Prince of Wales, Catherine would automatically become Princess of Wales. He added, likewise, with the succession of William, Catherine will become Queen Consort. Over the Christmas period, members of the royal family gather at the Queen TM's Sandringham estate in Norfolk. The tradition to gather at Her Majesty TM's privately owned estate dates back to 1988. On Christmas morning, members of the firm are usually spotted walking to nearby St. Mary Magdalene Church in Sandringham. The royals traditionally attend the Christmas Day service, before returning to the Queen TM's property for their private festivities. Fans typically gather in the road to get a glimpse of the family, and often some present the royals with gifts or flowers and share well wishes for the festive season. The Queen usually hosts the likes of the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge, Prince Charles and the Duchess of Cornwall, and Prince Edward and the Countess of Wessex. Normally, invites to the family's private Sandringham celebrations are reserved for members of the firm. This means that traditionally partners have to wait until they are married into the royal family before they can attend. However, despite not officially being part of the family at the time he and Beatrice didn't marry until 2020, Edoardo Mopelli Mozzi was granted the rare privilege of joining in for the Christmas celebrations in 2019. It is only the second time Her Majesty had allowed a non-royal to join the annual festive gathering. In 2017, the tradition was also scrapped after Prince Harry invited his bride to be Meghan Markle to join the royals. This action paved the way for Beatrice to do the same with Edo. Meghan spent 3 days with the royals for the festivities, while her own family were in America. While the Duchess of Cambridge and Mike Tyndall had to wait until they had wed their respective spouses before being allowed to attend the celebrations. Speaking at the time, royal expert Richard Fitzwilliams told Express.co.uk, in 2010 Kate was not invited to do so after her engagement to William, nor was Mike Tyndall after his to the Princess Royal's daughter Zara Phillips, and only spouses and close family are usually invited. However, Harry and Meghan will be living together at Nottingham Cottage at Kensington Palace, and her family are in the United States. The monarchy relies heavily on precedent and tradition, but it also makes its own. Due to the Queen TM's recent ill health, questions were raised as to whether the family would continue with the tradition this year. However, in recent weeks, the sovereign has reportedly reassured her family that she was feeling far better and is well enough to host Christmas. The monarch has also reportedly told them that she is looking forward to the festivities. Her Majesty was forced to pull out of an appearance at a Remembrance Sunday service after spraining her back, and prior to this, she had spent her first night in hospital in 8 years. This Christmas marks the first for Beatrice and Edo with their first baby Sienna, who was born in September.